graders. Okay, lesson 3.1. We're going to start talking about place value and review numbers and estimation today. Okay? First of all, let's talk about some really big and really small numbers. The place values tell you what the value of the digit is. So this 3 does not mean 3, it means 3 what? 300s. 300s. Okay? And so the place that the number is in is really, really important, isn't it? Okay? When you're reading a number, you read them in groups. So this group is the millions group. 1 million. And then there's a comma to separate the groups. 342,365. That's a group because those are ones. And you say the word and in place of the decimal point. 1,427 10,000s. And you say the place of the last digit when you are reading the number. So this is 1,427 10,000s. You read these numbers behind the decimal point the same way that you read these numbers from left to right. Okay? Does that make sense? So, read the digits, say the place. Read the digits, say the place in each group. Okay? Then, in lesson 3.1, you're going to be doing some estimation. It's alive. Estimation, you have 2 goals when you're estimating. Okay? Yeah. When you're estimating in order to get a quick answer. So you have to be able to do the math in your head to get a quick answer, which means that you round the numbers first and then estimate. You have to round first and then estimate. Don't get the, it doesn't make any sense to get the exact answer first and then round the exact answer. You round in order to get a quick answer. So you round first, then estimate. Okay? Now, the other goal is to get a reasonable answer, a close answer. So, your 2 goals, you have to keep your 2 goals in mind when you're estimating. Now, we're going to talk about some methods of estimating. If we look at these 2 numbers, 172 and 98 hundredths minus 128 and 301 thousandths. You can round these, or you can subtract these by rounding them to the nearest 10, because 70 and 30 can be easily subtracted. So we have to look at the numbers and think, you know what, I could do 70 minus 30 in my head. So 170 minus 130 is 40. I could get the closest answer possible and still get an easy, do it quickly. Okay? Rather than rounding this all the way up to 200 and rounding this all the way down to 100, this makes more sense. These numbers are pretty close to 40 as a better estimate. So find a close answer. Okay? Many times you can use 2 digits from the first number minus 1 digit from the second number. So 2-digit, it's called 2-digit front-end estimation when you use the first 2 digits. And then either 1 or 2 digits from the second number. Think 17 minus 13. It's 4. So 170 minus 130 is 40. Make sense?
Yeah.
Clustering is another term that you might see. It basically means rounding all the numbers to the same number and then multiplying to get the answer. So if you have a bunch of numbers that are close to 800, round them all to 800 and then multiply it by 4. That's what clustering means. Okay? Rounding to the nearest. Yeah. Rounding to the nearest. When it says round to the nearest, that means you have to think what two numbers are the hundredths, for example, on each side of this number. Okay? So let's take this example. Whoops. Wrong one. Look at this example. There we go. So this number, the hundredths place is the 4, right? This is the hundredths place. Alright? When you're rounding to the nearest place, the nearest hundredths place, you look at this digit and you look at the number behind it. Then think, well, the nearest hundredth would either be 3 and 14 hundredths or 3 and 15 hundredths. So where would this number fall between 314 hundredths and 315 hundredths? Well, 3 and 14, and then there's a 1 behind it. That means it's got to be closest to 3.140. So this number is closer to 3.14 than 3.15. Think about how the numbers go in order. 3.141, 3.142, 3.143, 3.144, 3.145, that's in the middle. 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. So that number is farther away than 3.140. Right? You with me? You understand? So, look at the place of the value that they're asking for. If they're asking for the nearest hundredth, look at the hundredths place, or find the hundredths place and look at the number to the right of it. If it's to the nearest tenth, then find the tenths place and look at the digit to the right. If it's the nearest 10,000th place, find the 10,000th place. Look at the digit to the right, and then choose either to leave the 10,000th place the same, which would be rounding it down, or rounding it up to the next 10,000. This one would round to 6 10,000ths, wouldn't it? Because 59 is closer to 6 than it is to 50. Okay? Any questions on that? Yes, I'll go back to the other page. And then I have a worksheet for you to use to practice this. So, you're going to practice rounding the numbers and estimating. Remember, front-end estimation, the numbers that I've highlighted here, that's what front-end estimation means. So use the front 2 digits. Okay. Stop smelling the paper. Warning. Smelling this paper may cause you to get sick.
Okay.
What?
Yes!
Don't eat it either.
What?
Things that smell bad.
My cousin ate a napkin once. I got paper towels on
Okay. Look at the first page. Round the numbers by estimating to the same place. So, if it is the 5.7, that would round up to about 6, and 8.2 would round up to about 8, and so do 6 plus 8, and so on. Okay? Then the bottom section is round by clustering, sorry, estimate by clustering. Rounding all the numbers to the same number, and then multiplying. And then practice rounding on the back. Okay?